A jet that takes off straight up, hunts down enemy drones on its own, and never needs a runway just rolled out of a factory in Colorado. No pilot inside. No control tower guiding it. Just AI doing the flying, the tracking, and the shooting. This is not a concept drawing. This is a real aircraft. Already built, already tested, and headed toward American bases very soon. A new answer to an old problem. That aircraft has a name, CobraJet, and by the end of this video you will understand exactly what makes it different from anything the military has used before. Here is the problem this jet was built to solve. Cheap drones have become one of the toughest threats facing modern militaries. They are small, fast, and cost next to nothing compared to the missiles usually used to stop them. Traditional air defense was built to handle fighter jets and bombers, not a swarm of drones worth a few $100s each. Trying to shoot down a cheap drone with an expensive missile is like using a sports car to chase down a bicycle. It works, but it makes no financial sense, and you cannot keep doing it forever. That is exactly the gap CobraJet was designed to fill. A company called SkyDefense, based out of Brighton, Colorado, unveiled this aircraft to the public in July of this year, 2026. And unlike a lot of defense projects that stay locked away for a decade before anyone sees them, this one has already been built, already tested, and is already heading toward real field trials. If you believe our country needs smarter, faster ways to protect our troops and our skies, type smart defense in the comments below. It helps us know this kind of coverage matters to you, and we genuinely appreciate seeing this community engage. What makes CobraJet different? Now let us get into what actually makes this aircraft special, because it is not just another drone. CobraJet is built around something the company calls a nucleus, a modular core structure made using 3D printed carbon fiber. Think of this core as the skeleton of the aircraft, lightweight, strong, and built in a way that lets engineers quickly produce new units without the slow, expensive manufacturing process traditional aircraft usually require. That matters because speed of production is just as important as speed in the air when you are trying to counter a growing drone threat. CobraJet is not just one aircraft either. It actually comes in 5 different versions, named V4, V6, V8, V10, and VT10. Each version is built for slightly different missions, giving the military flexibility depending on where and how the aircraft needs to be used. Here is where the performance really stands out. In its battery-powered setup, CobraJet uses electric ducted fan motors along with high energy density solid-state batteries, allowing it to reach speeds up to 225 miles per hour. But there is also a hybrid version, one that adds gas-powered turbojets into the mix, and that version can push all the way up to 350 miles per hour. That is a serious jump in speed, especially for an aircraft designed to intercept fast-moving, evasive targets in the sky. The secret behind its agility. And here is something worth pausing on, because this is where things get really interesting. CobraJet is equipped with vertical takeoff and landing capability, along with thrust vectoring nozzles. In simple terms, that means the aircraft can launch straight up without needing a runway and then adjust the direction of its thrust mid-flight to twist, turn, and chase down a target the moment it needs to. Traditional aircraft are limited by long runways and predictable flight paths. CobraJet does not have that problem. It can launch from confined spaces, rooftops, small ships, or even the back of a truck, and be in the air within minutes. That kind of flexibility means CobraJet is not stuck defending just one location. According to the company, it can be deployed from mobile platforms including trucks, ships, and even other aircraft, giving military units the ability to bring this protection wherever it is needed most, instead of relying on it being permanently stationed at one base. Before we go any further, take a quick second to like this video and hit that subscribe button. It really does help this channel keep bringing you clear, honest coverage of the technology protecting our country, and it takes just a moment of your time. the brain behind the jet. So how does an aircraft with no pilot inside actually know what to chase and what to leave alone? That comes down to the artificial intelligence system built into CobraJet. The aircraft uses an AI-enabled autopilot paired with powerful computer processing hardware and specialized cameras designed to see clearly day or night, and even through difficult weather conditions. This is not just a system that flies in a straight line. It is designed to detect a hostile drone, identify what kind of threat it actually is, track its movement, and then engage it, all without a human pulling a joystick in real time. That does not mean there is zero human involvement. The company built a ground control software system, one that keeps a human operator in the loop for mission-level decisions. So, while the aircraft can act with a high level of independence, the actual decision to engage a threat still passes through a person watching the operation unfold. That balance, letting the machine handle the fast reactions while a human stays responsible for the bigger decisions, is exactly the kind of responsible design our military should be demanding from new technology like this. One detail that stands out here is how CobraJet handles situations where an enemy might try to jam GPS signals or disrupt communications. The aircraft is engineered to keep performing reliably even when its GPS is blocked, using advanced visual navigation and anti-jamming technology along with secure satellite communication. In a real conflict, an enemy will absolutely try to knock out navigation and communication first. CobraJet was built with that exact fight already in mind, how it actually takes down a drone. Now, all of this technology means nothing if the aircraft cannot actually stop a threat once it finds one. So let us talk about how CobraJet handles the moment it catches up to an enemy drone. CobraJet carries low-cost, expendable air-to-air interceptors, weapons designed specifically to take down other drones without costing a fortune every time one gets used. These interceptors can be stored in a weapons bay or mounted underneath the aircraft, depending on the mission. And because CobraJet is a reusable aircraft, not a one-time use drone, it can neutralize a threat and then return to base, ready to refuel, rearm, and go right back up. This is a major difference from a lot of counter-drone systems out there today. Many existing options are single-use, meaning every engagement costs the military a brand new unit. CobraJet flips that model. One aircraft, used again and again, taking down multiple threats over its lifetime instead of being thrown away after a single mission, and it does not have to work alone either. According to the company's own leadership, CobraJets are built to communicate and coordinate with each other as a team. That means instead of one aircraft trying to handle an entire drone swarm by itself, multiple CobraJets can work together, automatically splitting up targets between themselves to take down a swarm more efficiently and at a lower overall cost than traditional defense systems, where it fits in real missions. Let us talk about exactly where an aircraft like this actually gets used, because this is not built for just one type of mission. On the home front, CobraJet is designed to protect critical infrastructure, places like power stations, oil refineries, airports, and public venues where large crowds gather. These are exactly the kinds of locations that have become targets in recent years. And having a fast, autonomous system ready to respond gives added peace of mind. Along our nation's borders, CobraJet offers a way to monitor and respond to unauthorized drone activity without needing a manned aircraft in the air around the clock. On military bases, it can act as a constant guardian against surveillance drones trying to gather intelligence on our troops and equipment. And in maritime situations, its ability to launch from small ships or offshore platforms means naval protection is no longer limited to the range of traditional radar and defense systems. For law enforcement and homeland security applications, the system can even be housed inside armored or tactical vehicles, built specifically to operate quietly. with low sound and heat signatures that make it harder for an enemy to detect its presence nearby. Where this program stands right now. So this all sounds impressive, but where does the program actually stand today? CobraJet was initially manufactured back in September of 2025 before being publicly unveiled this past July. Field trials involving the aircraft alongside its ground control software are scheduled to take place in the fourth quarter of this year, 2026, at an official unmanned aircraft testing site. If those trials go well, the company is targeting the start of production in the first quarter of 2027. That timeline matters. This is not a system stuck in an early concept phase with no clear path forward. It has already been built, it has leadership publicly speaking about its capabilities, and it has real testing dates already scheduled. For a defense project, moving from unveiling to field trials within just a few months is a genuinely fast pace. What this means for our troops. Take a moment to think about what this actually means for the men and women serving our country. Drones have completely changed how threats show up on the battlefield and even here at home. An autonomous aircraft that can launch instantly, track a threat with artificial intelligence, take it down, and come back ready to do it again without putting a pilot at risk is exactly the kind of innovation our troops deserve. This is not about replacing the judgment of our service members. A human still stays involved in the important decisions. What this technology does is take on the fast, repetitive, high-risk work so our people can focus on leading and making the calls that matter most. That is a partnership between American ingenuity and American service, and it is worth being proud of. Every test conducted, every version refined, every mile per hour of speed added to this aircraft exists for one reason: keeping the people who defend this country just a little safer against a threat that barely existed a decade ago. Watching our defense industry move this quickly to answer that challenge should give every one of us real confidence in where our military technology is headed. If stories like this, real technology, explained clearly, without the exaggeration, are the kind of content you want more of, go ahead and subscribe and tap that like button before you head out. It helps this channel keep going, and it helps us keep bringing these stories straight to you.